Weavers community is still in the process of getting, trained and to host their own show. We also have SHG groups, and I can't remember, but yeah, we have different communities.
Program management, then obviously we won't go into the detail because it is quite far from where you are today. You know, when you have so many communities working, giving them a slot, planning purchasing, the RJs have to go and do a workshop module, they have to go and address the community groups, bring some people to the station. So all these things will not happen automatically, right? You have to have a program strategy. So when you draw out, when you say I'm going to my station will broadcast for 2 hours when I start, or 4 hours. Then in these 4 hours I will have one slot for health, one for children, one for community interaction, whatever you decide, one for fishermen, one for farmers, whatever your community is, when you decide, you have to have a strategy to make sure. And all strategies should be incremental. Today if I have 3 hours, I should aim that someday I should be, within a year I should try to increase the time. One of the reasons for increasing time simply is when you have a license, technically you can broadcast for 24 hours. So other than the little electricity, you don't pay anything more. And when we said one of our objectives is also to create new audiences. Suppose she has told me, suppose Pinky says, oh, there is a very good station in Ernakulam, you listen to the program. So if I switch on the radio at 4 o'clock and I just get static, I don't get any content, then another day I might try. If I'm very interested, I might call her up and say, when does it come, and all that. But otherwise I just forget about it because I have so many things to do anyway, isn't it? So if you are on air, even with repeat programs, it is easier to create new audiences because people, whenever they tune, at least for some large part of the day, the program should be put in a loop so that you can create new audiences. Anybody by chance they're doing something else, they come across your radio. Unless it's on air, they won't even know about you. So strategies basically are for inclusion of everybody in the community, and you have to have a strategy so that new audiences can be brought into the.
Madam?
Yes.
Can we hire or take programs from one station to another station?
Yes. See, in the policy, if you see, one of the first things it says about content is 50% of the program should be locally produced. Okay, so if you are broadcasting for 3 hours, then 1.5 hours of those programs should be yours. And what Tej Prakash showed, EDAA.in, in that if you see, that's a platform where you can upload your programs. And I'm glad you asked that question because suppose you have uploaded some programs and you have heard these programs on the internet and you think it will be very useful for your program. So what will you do? You will just take his program, put your name and broadcast it. Can you do that? No. What should you do? You have to? You have to give. That is a very basic ethic. You have to say that I got this program from that station. So even when people say it is copyright free, meaning there is no copyright, you don't have to pay them a royalty, but you still have to be ethical and acknowledge. So now you people are, now when you are coming into this sector after 10 years, you have a lot many more options today than people who started early. But remember that 50% should be from within your community and the other 50%. And there are many other agencies also, like NABARD gives some programs, the tourism department gives some programs, the health departments have some programs. MSCB, what is that? Micro small, they might have programs. So you can take, and it's a very good way of financial sustainability, because for the programs that you take from other people, there is no production cost, right? So you can increase your timings by taking some of those programs.